Hello and welcome back to Civilization 5 as we play the Celts. And so I have taken a bit of a break and I have been playing some Civilization Beyond Earth with the new expansion Rising Tide. I got it just before Christmas and I've really been enjoying it, and I'd realized, oh yeah, I was doing a Let's Play with the Celts here, so let's keep on with that. So it looks like I am all ready to attack Attila. He just built this town to spite me so he could get around me, and it is just a horrible position for a town. I guess it does maybe have some significance as far as Attila being able to bypass my great wall mass of people here, something. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and move pretty much everybody up close here so we can get into the thick of things as soon as possible. You know, I may have him go there initially. Do I want to use... You know, I might as well go ahead and try to blast that down first. And that way I can kind of circle in and not have to worry about them hiring some guy out of Acela here, which would annoy me to no end. Okay, so maybe there is a good spot for you. I'll move you up over here. You may still be lacking in some things that we may need to make this war work, but we'll get there. Let's see here. Okay, why are you up there? Oh, you were up there fighting some barbarians or something, so we need to get you back. Might as well move you back here at the same time. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and get you up nice and close. So we do still have some of our Celtic warriors. Let's see, you could go there. And we are allies with Bogota, Monaco, and Kaisel. Bogota being the key factor as we go to war. Boy, is that going to cause some problems. Let's see, where are we going to want to have this go? You know, the big problem with coming in here is getting a good angle, good sight lines, because there's lots of trees. You know, we could, no, I guess we take fire from two spots there, so we may want to, say, set up like here and here with our trebuchets, so that means our trebuchet is way out of place. However, we do need to kill off some guys first, so that could be an issue. Okay, we're going to bring you back down to there. Are we going to commit everybody like crazy fools? I think that we might. I think that we may have to make things work. You may stay there just because I don't have a spot to put you right away. So, next turn we will declare war. You... Okay. Okay, I gotcha. You want me to give you silver for an embassy. You know, that doesn't really do it for me. What are we anyways? How friendly are we? We are friendly. We don't have open borders, so I'm thinking... I mean, is that like all you're ever going to offer me? I mean, I guess I don't... Okay, okay. I heard you the first time. You know, you're not bad looking, but you got to come to me with better deals. You know, I want to see something that makes me kind of, you know, like kind of pops at me. You know, if you had a peacock hat, or I guess that'd be a peahen hat, in the case that you're a woman, you know, maybe we could talk some business, but not with that. Not with that. Don't care about your embassy. Okay. Attila, you are at war with the Mayans, Egypt, Kiev, and Hong Kong, and guess who else? Yeah, hopefully we don't have any trades going on with him, do we? Anyways. You know, I wonder if he would just give it to us. Let's see how... That would probably upset him first, but let's just declare war. I don't like you. I'm kind of just upset at you for the way you treated me in the past. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's see, we need to set up here. What do we want to go after first? You know, closing this guy out so he doesn't flank us is probably important. You know, maybe I want to actually bring this guy up closer. So we have that. Let's see, where can you come into play? I guess you could be back right here, being all ready to swoop in. Let's see, do I want you to move in there quite yet? Maybe not quite yet. Okay, we don't need to get crazy with killing them. However, we may want to come over here and help them out, because I think they may, you know, I don't know, I'm just kind of concerned about that a bit, I guess. But we can go up here for more defensive position. Oh, great, look what they're building. What were they thinking? Let's see here, do I want to go there or there? You know, here's probably not bad yet. We're going to pick up some... Probably, I don't know if they'll attack us, if they're going to do their circle the wagons thing that they did up here in Wheatland. Them and their damn parade. That just killed me, it was so funny. Okay, so you just sit tight there. I think I'm going to have you go ahead and just fortify. Okay, why am I worrying about my silver miners working here in the business? Guess we can go ahead. See, no one can reach that. You know, this could have some significance for Wheatland. So let's start mining that. You guys got me totally off my game here, pulling me away from the business of men. Creating wars and such. You know, would it help if I actually built another road down here? I could. But I think I'm going to send you way over here and take care of those horses. For some reason they did not get finished. You know, I could move you into here. That would kind of give you some interesting sight lines for the time. Oh, not you. Not you. Oh, man. Well, that was a slight error on my part. I wanted to bring in the catapult, the trebuchet right there. So, we may just put the trebuchet here and then work our way up towards that hill. Okay, I guess we can go back to this situation. Let's see here, what can we do? We can do damage to him. We can start blasting that. You know, that looks like that's going to be pretty easy to take down. So what we may want to do is just start working on these guys. And I'm not too worried about us taking damage initially here, because we're going to have to do that to wear him down a little bit. Where could you go? Where would make sense for you to go? You could go back here, I guess. You may get a shot after we move in. So you just go ahead and step up there. You really don't want you taking shots yet. You know, he may not be able to see us there. Something I've been dealing with in Beyond Earth is having to deal with sight lines with the terrain. And so if I'm a little bit rusty with the game, I'm going to blame Beyond Earth. Okay, let's go ahead and see what they do. See if they circle the wagons. Okay, they do a bunch of circling around, trying to protect the city as much as possible. And they really cleared out around, is that Saros or Karos? Now look at that, Bogota. Nice going, Bogota. I knew that was going to be, you know, pretty good idea to wait for them, to get them on my side. So we, you know, maybe we should have gone with attacking Karos first. Let's see, let's kind of slow play this, maybe bring him in, give him some cover. Okay, I like that. Very nice. Otherwise, I think we can go ahead and just get a bunch of guys moving in here. Maybe we can take Karos a little bit easier than anticipated. You know, maybe I could have probably let them take the brunt of it a little bit more than what I'm doing, but okay, we're gonna bring you up there. So he wasn't shot, so I'm thinking this idea is going to work. Where could you go? Right there's be some great sight lines there. You get some sight lines. Let's go right here. Oh, my new worker. We got to name you. What are we going to call you? I think we already called somebody the Hunnic slaves. So you're going to be the honey bunnies. I have no idea where that came from, but there we go. Let's see, we're probably going to put you back here. You know, I might as well build a wheat farm since we have a ton of wheat. What can you do? You could get right into the action. You know, that probably is not a bad idea. Can you have a shot on him? Very nice, I like it. Do you have a shot on him? No. I was hoping for too much. Let's see, you could get in there. Maybe I'll have you attack first. Weaken him, then bring in you. Okay, that works. Okay, so this guy's probably looking to move in on that. So I wonder if I can move in here like this, take him out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I love the reign of terror with all the different loot that we're picking up. Okay, what can we do here? So, you know, that's going to get pretty close to wiping him out. I'm not necessarily going to kill him. So what I may have to do is shoot him, then bring him in. Okay, that works out. What can you do? You could actually come back over here, replace him. We could also bring in the archers. I'm thinking bring in the archers, but then where does that leave you? Could have you start coming around this way, protect him a little bit, bring you up here. I don't think anybody will have a direct attack on you. And I think that pretty much sets up our turn. How's everything else going here? Got a sealed hall going, we have an armory going, we have a forge going, and we have a castle going. And I don't think there's anything else that's pressing, so let's go ahead and end our turn. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, so they're retreating back. Made some fresh coffee, so I had to take a sip. Okay, so they retreated back, so they're basically saying Acela is a lost cause. Look at Bogota in force. I love it. My Bogatonians. There's probably a more correct term for that. I have no idea what that is. And how are you just a Pictish warrior? How is that possible? We need to give you a name. Let's see, I know I don't really know where you came from or what your whole story is, but what do we got here? I may have to think about this 1 second. Not come up with anything good here. Not anything good. I know, we can call them the Silver Torques. Hopefully we don't have anybody with a name that is similar to that, otherwise that could be embarrassing. Okay, so we don't have a whole lot of support in the way of archery and such, so we may not try to press this too much, let Bogota handle the load, if you will. So that's the end of Acela. One well-placed rock that's about 200 pounds, and it's crushed. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to raise Acela. Yep. I told you. I told you we were going to raise the roof on that place. You had no business at all, putting a city in my sovereign territory. Okay, so which way do we want to go with this guy? The Silverhelms. You know, shock is probably not a bad choice. What's formation do? Formation is interesting. I always like cover. You know, siege would have its place, but I think cover is probably about the best thing to take. Okay, so you're going to move up like that. What can you do? How much are we going to be able to get in here and start firing, and how soon? Probably not immediately. It would be nice if I got you to heal. I think for now we're just going to move you forward. You, however, I think we need to send you probably back to Cocoa Paradise. We're going to have you sit this out for a few. Let's see, you can go ahead and start moving. We'll move you up to there next turn. See, so he can't see them. If I move there, they're obviously going to be able to see me. Can't do a whole lot of damage there. And if we sent everybody and circled it, you know, we could pound on it a bit, but it would take a while. How are we for happiness? We're at 8 happiness. Okay. So, where could you move? You could actually move up and shoot, but you would be vulnerable to be smacked with their siege such buildings, or their siege equipment. Okay, so maybe what I do is hold on. Maybe I'll move you up, have you heal. You will sit tight. I want to have you fortify. I don't think I need to have you fortify. You could start moving over. You know, who knows, maybe we might see something that's interesting. If we keep on moving you over. You know, that looks fairly dangerous. Now we're starting to move in a bit more than I had initially planned, but I think it'll be alright. I just kind of want to make sure we weren't going to get ganged up on from three directions. Okay, yeah. Build a farm. We're in the middle of a war, but build a farm. Okay, so you'll probably go there. You can move in there. You probably will kind of just watch our backside. So that means you can go ahead and move here. Let's see, you are not going to have a great spot to shoot from unless I put you in harm's way here. You know, you may have to go assist with Karos maybe, or I could send you back around and fire from possibly over there somewhere. Just not seeing a good spot for you. So you could go here, maybe move up here and then get some shots. That's an idea, I guess. Or we could send you around over here. Kind of liking that idea. Could of course go there and set up. That ram is going to be a problem initially. Yeah, I can't move enough to really make a big difference. Could go there, but I'm still going to have to take a turn to set up. If I move, set up, yeah, that's... So, I mean, there's going to be the same as there for now, so I think we'll stay put. You could move somewhere, but I don't think it's going to do you any good. You could move and shoot, although it will make you a prime target, but I don't think anybody can get to you, so maybe go ahead and move. You can get a shot on him. Start working on that. I think you are good there. So if we have you just end your turn, you're good. Okay, back to Silver Run. What do we want to do with Silver Run? Oh, we could build the Circus Maximus. What's that going to do for us? +2 happiness. Reduce some boredom. You know, that's pretty good. University would be good. Sealed Hall would be an excellent choice as well. 3 turns? No, 7 turns. Let's see, what else could we go with? You know, more warriors is probably not a bad thing. Another trebuchet could end up being useful. Maybe let's get a trebuchet going. I could also buy it. No, let's just get one cooking. I'm not sure if we're gonna need it or not. Whoa, where are we going? Okay, so they attack our pikemen somewhat unsuccessfully. They're going back here doing my thing. They're going the Highland way. They're going to the hills and the mountains. Okay, now Bogota is doing the circling of the wagons. Hopefully Karos doesn't take that reprieve and start, you know, making things happen. Great scientists. Alright. Let's do a promotion. Let's go ahead and hit our promotions before we get too far into things. Let's go ahead and do our accuracy there. Trade route plunder between Silver Run and Palanque. Okay, not super concerned about that. Historic moment, of course. A great person has been born. Okay, that was our scientist. Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Let's go ahead and get our production going up here. Okay, what do we need? I have no idea what we need up here. No idea at all. Okay, we could use a stable since we are working on getting the horses going. So let's go ahead and just build a stable. Not super into thinking about what I need over there. Okay, so my plan was either to get him up on this hill, which is not probably this... Yeah, I guess it could work. So we can move you there. Could move you there. What happened? What happened to Acela? Oh, that's right, Attila. I destroyed it because it shouldn't have been there in the first place. Alright, so let's go ahead. Oops, that's not who I really wanted to move. I guess you are now taking that spot. Getting a little click happy for some reason. Just a little click happy. Okay, so you're back here. Okay, what do I want to do with you? I could... 600. What would 600 do for me? It would get me a new... It would get me machinery, which would have been nice before I started the war. Or I could just go plop you down over here and we get some bonus science. Kind of digging that idea. I'll go put you by Wheatland. Probably back here or something. Okay, so now the big dangerous. What could you do? You could actually get in there and get an attack on that. That's kind of interesting. You could ram your face into the wall, which is probably not the best idea. So let's go ahead and do this. You are just going to sit tight, so you'll go ahead fortify. You will fortify until healed. Let's see. I want to actually bring in my trebuchets, which is not quite working out as well as I had planned. Got a little bit of a traffic jam going on. What could I do with you? You know, I kind of need some people to clear out. Because I could bring you down over here, which could be fairly dangerous. Maybe just have you stay and shoot. I think that'll work. Okay, so you're just going to sit still. You... Let's see, I actually could keep on moving you to say over here. You could move into there. Do I want you to fight or do I just want you to sit tight? I'm thinking sit tight and fortify. You got a great defensive position. I'm thinking from there, let's go ahead and see what happens. They don't have a whole lot of faith in Attila's court's defenses. I think that says quite a bit about what they're seeing from us. Oh, look at that. Bogota. You guys are studs over there. You know it's been a long time coming to bring it to Attila. Okay, so now we are going to make some big moves. Let's see, you can't quite move all the way over there. You? No, you can't do as much as I was hoping. I could move you there. It's going to put you in a pretty tough spot. But maybe I could do some things to help you out. So, this is what I will do. We are going to bring you up to that hill. Let's see here. You could actually move down to here. Then you can move into here. You can go to there and set up. Let's see, Mr. Archer, you're kind of left out of it, aren't you? What could I really do over here? You know, I probably could try to do something to protect him. You know, going after these guys would probably be a decent idea. Yeah, let's do that. Let's weaken him. And then maybe have these guys weaken this as much as possible. I think it's probably a good idea. Maybe do the same here. You have a shot. I guess you could take a shot there. You know, this is all it's really doing for us, is getting us some XP. Look at this, we got a barbarian with a musket. Unbelievable. So, we need some type of defensive help back that way. And I'm thinking about the only thing that we really can do to help out is to go and buy something. What can we buy? We could buy a knight. You know, a knight would actually be pretty good to bring into this war. So let's go ahead and buy a knight. So we'll get you down here to try to wipe him out. He's probably going to cause a little bit of problems until then. Okay, we can promote him as well. So do we want to do drill or do shock? I think shock. What else can we build here? Wheatland. Wheatland, what do we need you to do? The stable's always a good choice. The barracks, let's go with the barracks. It'll help with unhappiness a little bit. Okay, there's no use in having you bang your head against the wall here, so we're going to have you fortify. Let's see, what do I need you to do? I could buy this tile. Send you on to there. Let's see, I think my plan was to move you, say, right there. We'll build an academy. So I don't think you have a shot at anybody, and I really can't move you anywhere. I think he is going to go ahead and heal up. I guess I could work you back around, maybe. Let's keep you there for now. I think is all right. See what happens. See if Attila has any good tricks up his sleeve. Oh, because they brought one battering ram in. They killed one of my guys, which I am somewhat surprised by, but maybe they have some ranged units back that way. Looks like Karos is about halfway down. So this is going to be the big turn to see what we can do. We're going to have 2 trebuchet shots, which don't appear to be doing a whole lot. Okay, we got it about halfway. You know, we probably can stick with it and go for it. Let's see here, what can we do with you? And you're kind of a hurting guy. So we had 1 unit killed, we got a promotion. Oh, this is our promotion. I'm going to go ahead and go with accuracy twice. Let's get you down here, see how fast you can make it. 3 turns to there. Let's go ahead and just do the 2 turns and we'll rethink things. Okay, let's go ahead and build our academy here. 8 science, that's not bad. That's like at least 10% of our science right now. Not quite 10%, but it's quite a bit. So the question is, how much could we do here? We could really chip it down, but I think it's going to leave us kind of weak. You know, maybe attacking these battering rams would be a good idea. Trying to clear it out. Yeah, it looks like they got some units back that way. So you may be in a bad spot. So I don't know if I should just have you heal. I think so. Let's see, we're going to bring you over here to protect you. Maybe we'll just have you chill. You'll start building a mine. And I think we need to start hacking. Start putting our swords into people. So that's what we do. Okay, so what else can we do here? We can start making our way around. You know, that kind of gives me an idea. Let's do that. And then we could actually get you up closer. I want to leave that space open for now. See, they really can't get to my archer from there. So I think we're good. Do I want to attack here? You know, I might as well. Weakening the rams, I think, is probably a pretty decent idea. Okay, what else do we want to build here? Let's go ahead and build our... You know, let's go ahead and do a long swordsman. I have a feeling we're going to lose some guys. There's just so much terrain here, it just kind of makes things a little bit clunky. Uh-oh. Bogota, looks like they're getting pushed back somewhat. Okay, so we have a peace treaty with Ramses, which does not surprise me. Okay. Nice doing business with you, Ramses. So Bogota is still trying to press them as much as possible. And basically they're just keeping them busy for me. What's going on here? Wheatland is increasingly vulnerable to foreign spies. The city is currently ranked 6 out of 10, with higher ranks making it easier for foreign spies to operate in the city. Okay. Cocoa Paradise is growing. We got a promotion over here. And you can't just do the quick heal ability with the community balance mod, so that is very important to know. Looks like nobody died that turn, which is great news. Let's go ahead and go with the shock. Let's go ahead and clear these out. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I know I get kind of focused on. So it looks like they bombarded our trebuchet, which, you know, did a little bit of damage. So you're getting shots on that. You're getting a shot. You know, I think Attila's court has seen better days. See, how do we want to go at this? Who gets the honor? The Reavers, they've been around a long time. The Woadheads, I think they're a little bit they're one of the newer units. You know, they're not the Reavers. Where's the Silverhelms at? Boudica's boys. You know, is that the Silverhelms that went down? Nope, here's the Silverhelms. So they are still up and running. You know, they're in rough shape right now. You know, I didn't think about, oh, you don't have... Yep, I did not get our special movement from Mount Kilimanjaro for these guys. For the Silver Swords. And so that puts them into a somewhat precarious position. I could have these two guys swap out. I could also just move him up into some better defensive terrain. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go with the Reavers. Well, they're not. They actually can't finish it off, which means we need to send the Woadheads in as a vanguard. Let's see. The Reavers should be able to take it now. Wow, they could not take it. They could not take it. Disappointing. Very disappointing. You know, we could have the Silver Torques. You know, the Silver Torques haven't quite earned it. Boudica's boys have been around a little bit longer, I think. I think we're going to go with them. They're well decorated, as we can see here. Yep, I think we're going to send them in. You know, I don't like it from the river crossing, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's take a look at this quick before we do anything drastic. So it is not telling me an exact number for unhappiness. Let's see, I have 4 happiness currently, so it makes me wonder if that is taking that into account. So I think I'm just going to straight up annex it. We do maintain the aqueduct, the herbalist, the shrine, and the watermill. That's very nice. Let's see, we're going to want to go to manual. And I have no idea. You know, maybe we're just going to go ahead and let that default. I could look at that all day and try to figure that out. Okay, the Huns lost their capital? Oh man, Attila. I should write you a note or something. Maybe a thank you note. Where can I get you? And you're kind of just in that spot where there's nowhere to go. I could send you. I need to get you moving one direction or another. You know, into the water here might be the fastest route. So you are not in a good spot. Let's see here. You could attack there. You could attack there. I could put you up on the hill. But you know, maybe you should just stay there. Oh, I could actually promote people from here. Forgot about that. So that spot's looking pretty rough, as he may get attacked from 3 sides. And that's the Hunslayers. The Hunslayers can't die. I mean, that just would not, you know, would not make any sense, I don't think. So maybe what we want to do is promote. See, 260. I should be able to do that twice. I think that would work. Or should I attack? Attack. You know, if I attack them, it'll weaken them. It'll make any type of retribution, you know, less effective. I could also go here and try to save them somewhat. What else could I do with them? They could move into there. They would get bombarded. He won't be able to attack them. Granted, there is a road. but I don't think... I'm not sure. Can you make full use of a road on an enemy's territory? I think that is a question that I can't fully answer. So, what are you going to be able to do? If I promote you, you're probably not going to get any healing out of it, but you will be tougher. So I think I'm going to attack you across the river. And then you, yeah, you can't quite make use of that. I could move you there, but you still could get triple teamed, which would probably not do you any favors. If I was going to do that, I should have attacked him first. So I may have to just promote you and then hope that you survive. And that's probably asking way too much. Yeah, because now you can't move and you can't even heal. So maybe I made a huge mistake there. Okay, so where is this guy that... Okay, so at least I pick up the Mount Kilimanjaro bonus. You can start moving back to work on the horses. Are you seriously done with that? Okay, you're done with that. We can have you either work on wheat, or we can have you build a farm here. Maybe we'll just have you go over here and build a farm. Production, what do we got for production? Oh, Attila's court can do production. Well, we're definitely going to want to build a courthouse. But we have 8 turns of resistance. So, we will pass on that. We're probably going to lose this guy. You know, they may do an attack here, but it's not going to be effective. So let's go for it. Okay, well, now you're being threatened by somebody. Just build the pasture. Come on. We're fighting a war here. Who are you? What's your operating number? The road runners. Leave it to the road runners. Middle of a war. Oh, what the heck? Let's work together. We can work together. So now the question is, where are we at as far as calling this all good? Let's just see what he says here. So our war score is 67, so if we got up to 100, I think they would... Okay, so their peace offer, impossible. Military power, they are strong. Economic power, they are poor. War status, they are overwhelmed. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So I don't even think they'll negotiate. And not that I wanted to. I'm just kind of curious how it works. I haven't... You know, I can never remember exactly how every single game works all the time, and so it was kind of just a curiosity type of thing. Let's see, if I beat on those guys, that's probably not doing me any favors. They still have this, and they're destroying my property. Preemptively destroying my property or something like that. Oh, and the Hunslayers survived. I'm pretty happy about that. So now we want to get over to Karos, or Saros, or whatever it is. You know, we probably also could get down here and destroy Mohama Media. You know, in Shenyang, I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. You know, I don't think I have a whole lot of strength going this way. What could I do? I think the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this guy. See, we got a marsh there. That's somewhat problematic. Let's see. You could go like that. I think you can go ahead and move over. Archer, go ahead and fire on him. Let's see your Woadheads. Can you finish it? You can. And you will. Okay, that was nice. I like that gaining the hit points upon the destruction. Which makes me think maybe I should have these guys go in here. Oh, they can't quite wipe them out. They can't quite do enough with them. From there, it makes me wonder if I should go over here and then I could really go after that guy. Maybe have you... Don't want to attack him. You know, I wonder if they can shoot me from there. They probably can. The question is, are they really going to be able to do much? You know, maybe I'll have you just heal for a turn. See, Hun Slayers. I'm thinking I may just want to have you heal, but let me think about it for a second. See, if I go here, I can be bombarded. Maybe. It would be debatable, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I could move you way over here. I like that idea. Oh, and I should have promoted you. Okay, so let's see here. What's going on up here? So you can't quite get to him, no matter what I do. I can go up there. Let's see, yeah, continue working on the pasture. Trebuchet, we're going to need you. We are definitely going to need you. So bring you down this way. And I have to get you some protection. Let's see, we're just going to go ahead and march them little by little. See, what can you do? You know, you could stay there and heal. But do I want to start opening it up so I can move people through there? Maybe move you up over here. I could move you here and you could heal. It's not a bad choice. I'll heal a little faster if I just do that right now. Let's go ahead and try to do some healing. Would it be better if I went up here and was flanking as well? No, probably not. Trebuchet, what can we do with you? See, now, yeah, now you're kind of in the boat where... Do I want to bring one of you down to go take out Mohammed Media? You know, I think we'll do the same thing. We're going to send you across the lake, which is kind of weird. A little bit awkward. Can you fire on him? Ooh, I like that. I like that very much. Let's see, you, Hun Slayers, I think I can have you go ahead and heal right here and also provide some defense. I can get you back in the action, but I actually need you to go over here and protect against him. Let's see if there's anything else that's of pertinent information. A great person was born, we know that. Enemies near, but I can't believe that. Don't see anything else going on, so let's go ahead and continue.
جيت وانا كل امل باش نوصلوا لاتفاق.
Mr. Peacock been talking to you with his hat. Says give the Celts money, they'll make silver torques, and they will go put the whooping on somebody. Wow, I can't believe I lost that unit. Yeah, whatever. Wait a second. Wait a second. I don't want your damn paper. I want that and that. How about that? Can we do something like that? Okay, perfect. Exactly. Why couldn't you give me the best offer to begin with, and then I could say yes or no instead of hassling like that? I'm in the middle of a war here, Ramses. You know, there's just some things you need to recognize. Okay, so you know, you're not in great shape. It's a little bit disappointing. So they're just basically trying to set up some type of death row over here, which is honestly has been pretty effective, as they've been putting a pounding on us. How much more do I want to press this is the big question. You know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to kind of mull things over a little bit, decide if I want to press it more. Let's see, we have 6 more turns of resistance. You know, then we should actually gain some happiness. Right now we're at 8 happiness, so I think we can keep on pushing on. You know, and if we leave them with 2 decent-sized cities, I think they're just going to come right back and keep on attacking us. You know, if we take out Karos and take that over, I think that'll pretty much break up them trying to ally with Bogota in the future. And then we'll have Bogota, Monaco, and Kaisel basically blocked off from the rest of the world. And that's kind of what you want to do. You just want to put everybody in their silos, and then just so they worship you as the living king god or whatever, and go along your happy way. But you know, they do have a fair amount of units, and I'm kind of pressed back behind the city, so I'd have to do lots of moving forward here to continue. And I think they're being pretty smart by falling back into Shenyang, because Karos probably would not be that difficult to take, you know, to take, as long as I can get all my units over there. You know, and it might leave us a little bit open. You know, I may have to go back and consider buying some more units just so I can build up a little bit better defense. It looks like we have a long swordsman done, so anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching Civilization 5 as we play with the Community Balance patch. We are playing as the Celts. We're naming everything, so I'm hoping you're enjoying that. Always trying to add to the story to it. I need to come up with some names through here, and who knows, the Huns probably, this is probably the Hunnic River or something. Geez, that river really goes back a long ways. Who knows, that's like coming right from the heart of Morocco. Or wait, it goes from this lake. Does it actually keep on going there? This could be the weirdest darn thing. So that river goes all the way from Morocco, past Fes, past Leventa, past Attila's court, and then ends a stone's throw from the ocean at Shenyang in a lake. And a little dinky lake, too. It's kind of funny, actually. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next video. Sorry for going off on a tangent there. It's always interesting seeing how the geography works. So I'll catch you next time where we will continue our war with the Huns. Thanks for watching.